Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today we're going to be doing a psychic reading on Bruno Mars, but I'm also going to talk about the new video that he has released with Cardi B called Please Me. So I'm going to start off with the video that is very hot, muy caliente, that has been released. For those of you that haven't caught it, I do suggest for you to go to YouTube and see the video, unless you have a music video channel through cable. But the video, have y'all seen it? I want to know your opinions on the video in the comment section below. There's some chemistry there, some sexual chemistry and some tension between Bruno and Cardi. So I'm going to go ahead and take a sip. I don't have tea today, but I do have Tropicana fruit punch. It's not sponsored. One second. But yeah, I looked at the video, and it doesn't take someone to be intuitive to really see that there is some chemistry there between the both of them, and I just happen to believe that there are some feelings. This is the second collab, if I'm not mistaken, that they've done together, and you know, there's just a lot of chemistry. And a lot of people will say, well, it's just a music video, you know, the directors are telling them and, you know, instructing them on how to, you know, comport themselves against one another, you know, how to act and how to do this and how to, you know, but to a certain point, the artist has to bring a certain flavor, a certain, you know, spice of themselves into the video to make it come to life. So, I don't know, I feel like there's some feelings. Offset who? Okay, I'm just being shady by saying that, but yeah, there is definitely something, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing Cardi with Bruno. You know, I think that would be interesting, but I really don't think that would work out completely, because Cardi is just a, you know, different type of energy than from Bruno. And even though Bruno is kind of, you know, has a freaky side to himself, obviously, it just wouldn't work out. The energies, they just don't mesh up. But there's some kind of chemistry between them. Something is going on. That's what I have to say. So it's very interesting. But yeah, let me know what you think in the description box below, in the comments, in the comment section. What is your thoughts or your opinions of the video? It is a little, you know, different for Bruno. I think it's kind of different from him, from what he normally does. Not that much, not with his recent work, but, you know, earlier work. But I really enjoyed the video. Cardi just cracks me up with her lyrics, but they're really good. So, I know that you've asked about the psychic reading for Bruno, so I'm going to give you the tea, the tea from Spirit, what I see for the remaining of 2019 going into 2020. You know, anything else beyond that is coming through. Right now, I feel like Bruno is in a good spot in his career. He definitely has a lot of attention on himself. Let's not even forget to say or to mention that his voice is like from heaven. He has one of the best voices in the industry for a male. He has a wide vocal range, and his personality is very sweet. He's just a good guy, you know. But I do feel like he's ready, and he's very focused on his love life. So whoever he would be seeing or getting ready to, you know, give some kind of love or attention to, there is a lot of focus right now from Spirit. They're showing me his love life is the highlight right now in his life. I do feel like he wants to start a family. You know, he does want to have children and start a family. That's something that's on his mind right now. He is 33, I believe 33, somewhere around there in his 30s. So he's not getting any younger, you know, and he's dedicated a huge chunk of his life to the music industry. So what I feel like right now is like he's, you know, choosing, he's weighing his options. You know, should he continue to, you know, keep putting out new music, or take a hiatus from the music scene and really focus on his personal life and enjoying life to the fullest. I do feel like he has a hard time saying no to the record company and to the people who, you know, his fans, you know, the people want to see him. But I do see him walking away for a while. You know, this could be temporary this year, you know, after he does his touring, or next year. But he is going to walk away for a couple of months, quite possibly. to focus on his life and, like I said, on his relationship. I think it's hard to hold a relationship when you are in that career. Especially if you've already been single and you're trying to start a new relationship. It's not going to really be easy because you're always on the go and your schedules are never, you know, guaranteed. Things can change at the last minute. But I do feel like the sense of him, you know, having to walk away from a lot of this, I do feel like he is being used as a machine in many ways, and he's tired. The energy that comes across is that he is overworked. Regardless if he, you know, doesn't see it that way, but he is overworked. I do get that sense of the feeling, and that is what I'm seeing. You know, he's overworked, but he is a trooper. You know, he's a champ. So at the end of the day, he's gonna always put work before himself, and that's something that Spirit is trying to get him to see, is that he needs to put himself before work, and kind of shift those thoughts. So he has a lot of decision making that he's having to do over the next couple of months of this year. And I see him, you know, kind of feeling like he has to, you know, set his foot down. And I feel like it's really good to show that he has a backbone, and really let them know, you know, the people that are, you know, pushing him and scheduling him, to say, you know, I'm human, I need time for myself. I do feel like when it comes to money, you know, that's not the area really of concern. Like I said, he is going to do good. He's fulfilled in that area, but it's more lacking a family life, a home life, you know, and having lost his mother, you know, it's kind of hard for him to really, you know, have like that core person to depend on. But I do feel like he has confidence that he depends on. I also feel like he's holding back on a lot of things that he hasn't discussed about his life to the public. Maybe some personal thoughts, battles with depression, things that I think we are going to be seeing in the next couple of years, and seeing a more of a vulnerable side to him, opening up to, you know, reporters and really talking about that part of his life that we don't get to see. That for obvious reasons, you know, I feel it's not because he's trying to be like, you know, a man and be that typical toxic male or the toxic masculinity, but rather that, you know, he doesn't want to open up every part of his life, and he wants a sense of privacy, and that's commendable, and that's something that's very understandable. But I do feel like at the same time, there is a certain edge to him where he could tell lies to people, you know, to kind of, there's no such thing as a white lie or, you know, an innocent lie, but I do feel like at many times he is going to have to extend the truth or kind of change things up, and tell people what they want to hear, in order for him to have a sense of peace and privacy, because that is what he's ultimately wanting. The thing is with his love life, like I said, I'm going to go back to the love life. There is going to be someone that is very beautiful. I feel like she is either into modeling or even in singing as well. And it could be that she's like a singer, actress, model. You know, she's like multi-talented. But I do get she's light-skinned, and kind of has, I want to say, like blue or green eyes. But I do feel like there's somebody that he is very much interested in. The thing here is that Spirit is saying this is going to be a very an edge of darkness to the relationship. So the relationship that he would be entering is not going to be long-term. It's not a soulmate. This is a very platonic, very sexual type of relationship. But I feel like he will be bound to this person, or there's an unhealthy situation where, you know, he's not committed fully to this person and he may be seeing someone else. Not that he's into open relationships, but I don't feel like there's a sense of monogamy to the relationship. So I feel like he's going to be interested maybe in two different women that he would be, you know, going towards, two different people. But again, he will keep going back to this one lady, this one person. But I feel like it's not going to be a healthy relationship, and they both have their own issues that they'll need to work out. With his home life, there's a lot of changes going on in his life this year that are going to be, I want to say, more chaotic. Maybe a sense of residency, like where he takes up his residency when he's not in concerts or touring or working, but where he rather, you know, relaxes. It feels like there's going to be some upward or some changes in that. I also feel like he needs to be careful with those people that are around him, not necessarily his team, but maybe some associates or people that are in the industry. He just needs to be careful, and I say this a lot with a lot of artists because it's true. I do feel like there's a, when you reach a certain level of success, people will tell you what they think you want to hear. The people around you will say, oh sure, that looks good on you, or they'll say, oh well, that's perfect for you, and it's all a lie. It's just to kind of stroke the ego and kind of just to get money from Bruno. So he needs to be careful with his money first and foremost, where it's going as he gets more successful, and he also does need to watch his back with who is handling his assets and stuff, because there could be some more lawsuits. He recently had a lawsuit not too long ago about one of the songs that he had sampled or used, but there could be some other types of legal issues coming up, other lawsuits, if not careful. So he just needs to have a good team around him and really be invested into his finances and really looking at that. There is a sense that he is going to go through a short period, I feel like, where he is going to do some more collabs with people. I wouldn't be surprised if there would be another Cardi collab down the road. I feel like they are not done working together. I do feel like Offset didn't like the video too much that they did together, but I do feel like there's going to be some more headlines around Cardi and him, quite possibly. But I do see him collaborating with other artists as well. It would be very interesting to see Ariana Grande and Bruno Mars do a collaboration. I would die to see that. So you never know, that's very possible. We'd have to see. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but it would be very interesting. That's just my my opinion, if they would do a collaboration together. I do feel like in some ways that he does feel trapped in a situation right now in his career. He is looking for other avenues, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does go into acting, or there's an acting role, some more sponsorships that are coming into the picture with him. Really seeing him on TV, like making an appearance on a TV show, or stepping into a movie role. I feel like he would be good in an action type of movie role, or even a comedy. And he would do very good in those kind of two scenarios. He's multi-talented, but I think a lot of people just think that he's just a singer, or performer. And there's, I feel like he has other hidden talents that we are going to see over the next couple of years. But, he needs to just be careful with who he has around. Health-wise, I feel like he takes good care of himself, except for he's not getting enough sleep, so that can lead to other health issues. There's a lot of pressure, and they can easily be surrounded by people that are doing substances and stuff like that. So just a word of caution, if he is around that, just to stay away from that, because ultimately that's what happens to a lot of famous singers and performers. They have their certain, addictions and things that they get into, and it, over the course of years, it does deteriorate your organs, your health, and then, you just have this sudden, illness or whatnot. So he needs to be careful with that. That's the only thing I'm going to say here on camera, but just needs to be very careful with that, because it can come back to haunt him later on if he's not careful. But overall, he has good energy, and I feel like he is going to find his happiness. I don't feel like he's entirely happy right now. He has worked very hard to get to where he is. And he does remind people of Michael Jackson with his voice and his talent. And I feel like in many ways he is the Michael Jackson of this century, of this season, of this new, that we're in right now, this new period of music in the industry. I feel like he's that Michael Jackson. He'll never replace Michael Jackson, obviously, but I feel like he has that star power and star quality where just people just love him, and they are going to always support Bruno. I just heard from my spirit guides, and they were just talking as I'm talking myself, and I can hear them, and they did say with Bruno that he does need to be careful boarding a flight. You know, there could be a flight that is having some complications or delays, causing some tours or some concerts to be canceled. And I feel like this has to do, again, with the airplane. So just needs to be very careful if he flies private jet or whatever. You know, just make sure that they check the engines, the gas, you know, whatever fuel goes into the airplane. I'm not familiar with planes. So there won't be any delays, because I do feel like there will be a point where he may have to cancel a couple of dates. And this may be just due to that, and it may also be due to the fact that he's not feeling well. You know, he is human, he does get sick, and he may just need some time to rest, because I feel like I said he's overworked. So, yeah, this is the psychic reading for Bruno Mars. I want to thank you for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And also, if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing day or evening wherever you are in the world.